Listen to me very carefully. Today we're exposing the top 3 most valuable wheat penny rare coins. Maybe do you have one? This specific wheat penny coin is worth $155 million in today's high-end market that people are still finding in their pockets, their drawers, and even their loose change jars. These coins look ordinary, but they are not. These coins are hidden wealth. These coins are a silent fortune. Do not spend these coins. I'm serious, do not spend these coins. Because what I'm about to show you, collectors are fighting for. Some tiny detail, something most people ignore, turns these into life-changing opportunities. And here's the warning. Each coin gets rarer, more shocking, and more valuable as we go. So stay with me till the very end. Because the last coin, it will absolutely blow your mind. Now imagine this. You're holding a dusty, dark-looking wheat penny. Nothing shiny, nothing flashy, just a 1,920 wheat penny with no mint mark. Kind of grey, kind of black, looks old, maybe even worn. And your first thought is, this is just an old coin. That right there, that exact moment, is where people lose fortunes. Because this coin, in the right condition, this exact coin can be worth $2.5 million in the United States. This is not fiction. This is real auction-level money. This is a hidden treasure sitting in plain sight. Let's go back to 1920. This was a time when America was stepping out of the shadows of World War I. The economy was unstable, industries were shifting, and the U.S. Mint was under pressure to produce coins fast. That pressure, that rush, created conditions where certain coins, even without errors, became incredibly rare over time. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without a mint mark, was pumping out wheat pennies to keep up with demand. But here's the catch. Survival was never guaranteed. These coins were used hard. They passed through thousands of hands. Most were lost, melted, or destroyed. That's why finding one today, especially in fine condition, is like uncovering buried treasure. Now look closely at this coin. On the front, you've got Abraham Lincoln's profile, calm, strong, facing right. The word liberty sits to the left, and the date 1920 stamped clearly on the right. Above his head, "In God We Trust," arches across the top. But it's not just the design, it's the feel. This coin has weight, about 3.11 grams. The diameter, 19 millimeters. Thin, about 1.52 millimeters thick. It feels small, almost insignificant, but don't let that fool you. This is serious money. Flip it over, and you see the iconic wheat stalks on both sides, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. At the top, E pluribus unum. This design ran from 1909 to 1958, but the 1920 no mint mark version, in this kind of preserved original condition, that's where the magic happens. Now here's something most people miss, that grey-black tone, that dark, aged surface. That is not damage. That is history. That is original toning. Collectors love this. It tells a story. It proves the coin hasn't been messed with. The second you clean this coin, you destroy its value. Gone. Finished. No second chances. Never clean this coin. I don't care how dirty it looks. That dirty look is exactly what makes it valuable. And condition, oh, this is where everything changes. A fine condition coin means the details are still visible, but it has clearly been in circulation. That's normal. That's expected. But finding one that hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been damaged, still holding that natural surface, that's rare. That's why collectors go quiet when these appear at auctions. No noise, just serious, aggressive bidding. People watching, waiting. Then suddenly, boom, huge numbers. Because they know what it is. They know what it represents. And here's the scary part. People are still spending these. Right now, somewhere out there, someone is handing this coin over for $1 worth of candy or a cup of coffee, not realizing they just gave away a silent fortune. Do not spend this coin. Check your pockets. Check your jars. Check your old collections. Collectors are holding on to these. They're not letting go. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. This coin is special. This coin is a treasure, worth serious money. This could be the coin that changes everything for you. If you ever find one, do not clean it. Do not guess its value. Get it professionally graded. That one decision could be the difference between a regular coin and life-changing wealth. And just when you think this is unbelievable, what comes next is even bigger. The next coin, it's rarer, it's more dangerous to ignore, and the detail that makes it valuable, almost nobody notices it. Stay with me. Now hold on, because what I'm about to show you next, this is where things start getting dangerous to ignore. This is the coin people overlook the most. The one they toss aside because it looks normal. And that mistake? It can cost you a hidden fortune. I'm talking about the 1946 wheat penny, no mint mark, and just a small green spot on the reverse. Yeah, that tiny green spot most people think is damage, that one detail can be the difference between nothing and $400. This is not fiction. This is real, and people are still spending this coin every single day. Picture this. It's 1946 America is coming out of World War II. The war is over, soldiers are returning home, and the entire economy is shifting fast. The US. Mint is under pressure again. Massive demand for coins, materials being redirected, and production running hard. But here's what most people don't realize. During and right after the war, metal quality, storage, and handling conditions were not perfect. That created subtle variations, surface reactions, and long-term aging effects that today's collectors are obsessed with. So when you see a 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark, that means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. No letter under the date. Clean, simple, easy to miss. But don't be fooled by how common it looks. Because survival in very fine condition, with original surfaces, that's where the rarity begins to build. Look at the front. Abraham Lincoln again, strong and steady. In God we trust, above, liberty to the left, and the date 1946 stamped clearly on the right. But here's the thing. In very fine condition, you can still see strong detail in Lincoln's hair, the cheek lines, the coat edges, not perfect, but clearly defined. That balance between wear and preservation, collectors love it. It tells them the coin lived a real life, but survived just enough to matter. Now flip it over, and this is where everything changes. The wheat stalks on both sides, framing 1 cent and United States of America. But your eyes go straight to that green spot. That tiny, almost ugly-looking green patch. Most people panic when they see it. They think it's corrosion, damage, something bad. And they either clean it or spend it. That right there is the biggest mistake you can make. That green spot is often a natural copper reaction, a sign of age, environment, and authenticity. It's part of the coin's story. And when it's stable and untouched, collectors don't see damage, they see originality. They see proof that the coin hasn't been messed with. The moment you try to clean that spot off, you destroy the surface. You erase history. And just like that, Your $400,900 opportunity gone. Never clean this coin. Ever. Feel this coin in your hand, about 3.11 grams. Diameter around 19 millimeters. Thin, about 1.52 millimeters thick. It feels like every other penny, and that's what makes it so dangerous. Because nothing about it screams, "I'm valuable." It's quiet wealth. A silent fortune hiding in plain sight. Now, here's where collectors get serious, very fine condition, with original toning, no harsh cleaning, and unique surface character like that green spot. These coins don't last long on the market. Auctions go quiet. People watch. Then suddenly, aggressive bidding starts. Not loud, not crazy, but focused. Intentional. Because everyone in that room knows this coin is special. And while collectors are fighting for these, regular people are losing them, spending them, ignoring them, dropping them into tip jars, using them for change, not realizing they're holding something that could change everything. Do not spend this coin. Check every 1,946 wheat penny you see. Look for that missing mint mark. Look at the reverse carefully. That one small detail, that green spot, this detail changes everything. And if you find one, slow down. Don't rush. Don't clean it. Get it professionally graded. Patience is everything in this game. One wrong move, and the value disappears. One smart move, and you're holding serious money. Collectors are locking these away. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. This coin is a hidden treasure, a life-changing opportunity, a silent fortune most people will never recognize until it's too late. And if you think this is insane, you're not ready for what's coming next. The final coin, it's rarer than this, more shocking than this. And the reason it's valuable, almost nobody sees it. Stay right here, because this last coin changes everything. And now, this is it. The one people regret the most. The coin that slips through fingers every single day, the one that looks too normal to matter, and that's exactly why it's so dangerous. I'm talking about the 1,947 wheat penny, no mint mark, with green spots on both the front and the back, and in extra fine condition. This coin right here has shocked collectors with real market value hitting $360 as 50th. This is not hype. This is not a guess. This is real money hiding in plain sight. Picture the moment. You're digging through old change, maybe something passed down, maybe something you got back at a store, and you see a 1,947 penny. You almost ignore it. Almost. Because it doesn't shine. It doesn't look special. It has these strange green spots, maybe even on both sides. And that's exactly when people make the biggest mistake of all. They spend it. They walk away from a silent fortune without even knowing it. Let's go back to 1947. The United States was deep in post-war transition. The economy was rebuilding. Industries were expanding fast. And the demand for everyday coinage was massive. The U.S. Mint, especially in Philadelphia, where coins carried no mint mark, was pushing production hard. But high volume, combined with post-war material handling and storage conditions, created coins that aged in unique ways over time. Subtle surface reactions, environmental exposure, and decades of circulation turned some of these into rare survivors that collectors now chase aggressively. Look at the front of this coin. Abraham Lincoln, facing right, steady and calm. In God we trust, across the top, liberty on the left, and the date 1947 stamped clearly on the right. But in extra fine condition, this is where things get serious. You can still see strong detail in Lincoln's hair, the lines in his coat, the structure of his face. It's not worn flat. It's alive. It has presence. That's exactly what collectors want. A coin that has circulated but still holds its identity. Now flip it over, and this is where your eyes lock in. The wheat stalks on both sides, bold and framing 1 cent and United States of America. But then, those green spots. Not just one, but multiple, on both obverse and reverse. Most people panic when they see that. They think it's damage. They think it's something to fix. And that's where fortunes disappear. Those green spots, in many cases, are natural copper reactions. They tell a story of time, air, moisture, and decades of survival. When they're stable and untouched, they prove originality. They prove the coin hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been stripped, hasn't been ruined. And collectors, they look for that. They study it. They want it. The second you try to remove those spots, you destroy the surface forever. The texture changes. The color shifts. The value collapses. Never clean this coin. No matter how tempting it is, hold it in your hand. It feels like every other penny. About 3.11 grams. Around 19 millimeters in diameter. Thin, about 1.52 millimeters thick. There's nothing about the size or weight that screams value. That's what makes it so powerful. This is quiet wealth. A hidden treasure disguised as pocket change. Now think about survival. Millions were minted, but how many survived in extra fine condition, with original surfaces, with those natural green patterns still intact? Very few. Most were worn down, cleaned, damaged, or lost forever. That's why, when one of these shows up in the market, everything changes. Auctions go silent. Eyes lock in. Collectors don't joke around with coins like this. The bidding is controlled, but aggressive. Strategic, because everyone there understands this is not just a coin. This is a life-changing opportunity. This is serious money. This is something collectors hold on to, not something they casually sell. And while all of this is happening, out in the real world, people are still spending these, dropping them into cash registers, tossing them into jars, ignoring the details that matter. That's why I'm telling you right now, do not spend this coin. Check every 1,947 wheat penny. Look for the missing mint mark. Study both sides. Those green spots, this detail changes everything. If you find one, slow down. Don't rush. Don't clean it. Don't assume. Get it professionally graded. Let experts confirm what you have. Because one small mistake, one quick cleaning, and that $360,450 silent fortune disappears forever. Collectors are hunting these. Demand is rising. Supply is shrinking. This coin is special. This coin is a treasure. Worth serious money. The kind of money that changes everything if you recognize it in time. And here's the truth. This was just the beginning. There are still more coins out there, even rarer, even more shocking, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone to notice before they're gone forever.